Let's talk granite versus quartz and what the heck is quartzite. So granite is a natural stone. It has got quartz in it. It also has other elements like mica, feldspar, and a bunch of other minerals. That's what makes it its characteristic colors and all the different swirls and everything that are in granite. Now granite is just naturally hard. It's dried lava basically. After millions of years, we cut it out of the ground, chop it up in pieces. It is porous though, and it is brittle. So those are two things. So it is hard for impact, but if you could bend it, you can't bend. It breaks pretty easily if you try to bend it. It is porous, so you do have to seal it. Now, quartz is a little bit different. Quartz is basically made from the remnants of granite. Granite has, like I said, quartz in it. Those are the little, if you can see, they're the little kind of clear sections of the granite, and that is the quartz. So what they do with that is they crush it up into a powder, and then they mix it all together with colors, and then they do, I'm not sure exactly the technology that they use, but they can get these marbly swirls in it and stuff, And then they bake it, and once it comes out of the oven, it is a non-porous surface. So that's the number one difference between granite and quartz, is that granite is porous and quartz is non-porous, okay? So that means that you don't have to seal this, you have to seal this. Now, when it comes to heat, granite can take heat. Not that you can't scar granite with heat. I had a guy that put his teapot down on the same place of the granite every time, on the outside of the stove, right at the same spot every time. And he actually scarred the granite, made a little ring that I couldn't get out. Other than that though, you can put a hot pot down on it. It's not gonna hurt it. Quartz, on the other hand, can get scarred by putting something hot down on it. So we always recommend that you put some kind of a pad or something down before you put something on. Back to the staining. Granite can be stained easier than quartz because it is porous, but you can use what's called a poultice to take it out. And it's basically a little kind of clay material, and you push on it. I've done that before too. Wine stains, spaghetti stains, things like that. You just push it on it and you let it sit for several days, and it'll actually draw out the stain. And then you reseal it and you're good to go. Quartz can be stained as well. Like I said, it's a little bit harder because it is non-porous. So it actually have to stain the very top surface. It's not like something is gonna soak in and stain. Outside of that, cost-wise is another thing that we always talk about. Granite is gonna range in price from about $400 or $500 per slab. That's the real low-end granite, to $10,000 a slab. That's would be granite that's mined underwater. Of course, that's why it's so expensive. But most granite falls into the $700, $800 to $2,000 a slab, $2,500 a slab range. Quartz is kind of the same thing. It doesn't have a higher range, a $10,000 range, and it doesn't have that really low $500 range. It's more, what is the lower one? Like $900 to $1,000, something like that. And then it maxes out at around maybe $3,000 a slab. That would be like your really high-end American-made quartz, like from a company called Cambria, or like an Israeli stone called Caesar stone. Those can get in those price ranges. Or if you just have a really interesting quartz that the manufacturer has spent a lot of time developing, and maybe it has a manufacturing process that takes a lot of time, those ones can cost quite a bit as well. But on the most part, price range, you're gonna be around the same ballpark area. And then as far as durability, you really wanna consider, are you more worried about stains? Get quartz. If you're more worried about heat, I'd go with granite. All right, other than that, it's aesthetics. Now, moving on to what the heck is quartzite, okay? So quartzite is a natural stone. It is a harder material than granite, but it is made of, it's just basically more quartz. And quartz is strong. Quartz has a hardness rating of, I believe, 7 or 8, and diamond, I think, is a 9. Same thing as granite, it is porous, so you do have to seal it once you have it installed. But again, if you have a stain, a lot of times with a poultice, you can get it out. Quartzite's gonna be a lot more. Quartzite typically, you're gonna pay, if you get a really good deal on it, you're gonna pay like $3,000 per slab. Most of the time it's in the $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 range. Also, you have to consider the fabrication costs, because quartz is so hard and so is a pain in the butt over granite or quartz to fabricate. You know, we have to fabricate these edges. You know, this is a lamination. These are only this thick, you know, but see how it looks twice as thick? That's because we have a laminated piece that we glue on the bottom here. And then, you know, we just fabricate it in here, so we polish these edges so that it looks like it's just one solid thick piece, but it's actually just this thin. Now with quartzite, it is a pain. I mean, you go through a lot of tools. It takes a lot of work. You got to factor that in too. So not only are you going to pay more for the material, but you're going to pay more for the fabrication. That being said, it's gorgeous. It looks like marble, as you can see, harder than granite. It has a really cool look when it's done. That's the difference between a quartz countertop, a granite countertop, and a quartzite countertop. Now ready? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.